yung pinakalabas, di ba?
Yes po.
Okay, so change that. It's an endothelium. So you're already inside.
Yes po. Showing the posterior epithelium nga, and then it has an internal simple squamous epithelium, and it faces yung anterior chamber of the eye while maintaining yung Descemet's membrane. So yun daw, it also includes yung most metabolically active cells of the cornea, sodium potassium ATPase pumps, which are the one responsible for the maintaining the hydration state of the corneal stroma while providing maximal transparency and optimal light refraction. So in the histological picture, we can see it's labeled EN for the to show the simple squamous to cuboidal endothelium. Hello then. Ayan. Next slide, please. So next we have the limbus, or it is also called nga yung corneoscleral junction. Ayun, kasi it merges nga yung cornea at saka yung sclera. And then, it's marked internally and externally by a shallow depression which encircles the cornea. The Bowman's membrane ends and then the surface epithelium becomes more stratified as the conjunctiva. Ayun,
Hold on, Paula. Is it just me or is there, nawawala siya. Is it your internet connection, Denise?
Doc, nawawala po ba? Sorry. Baka po yung internet connection ko.
No, is it just me, Paula, or nagkakaroon siya ng gray area?
Ganun din po sa akin.
May gray that covers the slide, tama ba? O, sige.
I can try to share na lang muna.
Yeah, kung sino, whoever, because it's hard when you're describing it and then the class cannot see it. Ian, is that the same with you? Okay.
I'll try po to share screen.
Wala, may gray pa rin ba ngayon? Sorry.
Wala na. Pero, kita ba yung sa akin?
Ayan, ngayon, ikaw na yung kita.
Okay. Ayan, kita pa ba po?
Yes.
Ayan. So, ayun. Yan nga yung limbus. And then, ayun. So, yung limbus nga, it marks the end of the Bowman's membrane. As said kanina, yung Descemet's membrane and yung underlying endothelium. And then, yung measure...
Paul, kindly orient them dito sa picture. Where is the end of the Bowman's membrane? What are the labels? What do they mean? Kasi very important kasi especially dito sa histology ng mata is orientation. You have to figure out what you're looking at, where you are. So you have to look for very important clues in the histologic picture or in the photomicrograph. Kasi once na hindi mo ma-orient yung sarili mo, you're really going to make a mistake. Okay? So the first thing you have to do when you look at the photomicrograph is, where am I? What is the orientation? Alin ang exterior, alin ang which is the one going towards the lens. Diba? You have cavities, you have chambers, etc. So that's the first thing you should do with eye histology. It's kind of confusing because nga marami siyang layers, marami siyang fibers, marami siyang ganun. So like in this picture, which is which? San yung sclera, san yung cornea?
So ito yung yung CSJ, we can see that this is the corneoscleral junction.
Okay.
Ayan siya.
Okay, which is the cornea, which is the sclera? Mo, pati ikaw nalilito.
So yung stroma kasi nga, mas vascular siya and less well organized. So, ito po yung sclera. Tama po ba, Doc?
Yes,
Ito,
okay.
ayan, ito yung sclera. And then, so ito naman yung cornea.
Yes, but if I were you, can you give me control? Let's see kung hindi magloko.
Ayan po.
Ayan, okay. What your clue here is this. This is your what? Corneal endothelium. You see? May mga nuclei siya. Oh. This is more fibrous. So, di ba, your sclera is more fibrous than the cornea. So, ito yung cornea mo. And then it will meet the sclera at the corneoscleral junction. So that's why they say the Bowman's membrane, which is underneath the corneal epithelium, ends. And then it becomes and the surface epithelium becomes more stratified here. Mas makapal na siya. Kasi, ano na yan eh, conjunctiva sa taas. Hala, I think it's when I take control. So anyway, so like I was saying, if you look at that, I don't have control anymore. After the CSJ on to the left, it becomes thicker because you have the conjunctiva over the sclera. Okay.
Okay po, Doc.
Sige, go ahead.
Okay, so next, we have yung vascular tunic naman. It is also called nga yung uvea or uveal tract. And then it's said to be highly pigmented and vascular. And then it's said to also supply yung ophthalmic artery while it penetrates yung sclera nga. Ayan, so we can see, ayan. It's composed of the choroid, ciliary body, and yung iris, which we can see in the picture. We will explain each of those later then. Next slide, please. Next slide.
Ikaw. Ikaw yung magne-next slide.
Ay, ako pala. Sorry po po.
Ano ka ba?
So for next we have yung choroid. It absorbs the light rays passing through the retina nga. And then while it does that, it prevents then yung light from entering the eye, except yung pupil. Kasi nga mainly it's for absorbing the light passing through the retina and while supporting the retina as well. And then while preventing then yung interference due to dun sa light refraction. So ayun, again lang, it's located posteriorly to 2/3 or 5/6 of the eye between the sclera and the retina. Then it's composed nga nung loose, well-vascularized connective tissue while containing melanocytes. Then it also forms yung black layer in the choroid. We can see this in the histological picture din na siya yung black layer nga na colloid between yung retina and the sclera. Ayun. Next, we have yung layers of the choroid. So we have yung 4 nga, yung suprachoroidal lamina, vascular lamina, and then the choroid capillary lamina or choriocapillary lamina, which is the inner layer and rich in microvasculature, mainly for the nutrition ng outer retinal membranes naman. And then lastly, we have the Bruch's membrane, which is the thin extracellular sheet between yung choroid and retina. It is composed of collagen and elastic fibers surrounding yung adjacent microvasculature and basal lamina ng retina pigmented layer. So from here, we can see yung choroid lamina, ayan siya. And then yung vascular lamina, this is the capillary lamina and the ayan, Bruch's membrane siya. Ayun. Okay, so move on po tayo. Next, yung ciliary body. So ito naman, with the lens and the suspensory ligaments daw, it divides the eye into the anterior and posterior compartment naman. Ayun. Yung anterior chamber, yun yung space between the cornea and the iris. And then yung posterior chamber naman is the space between the iris and from continuing to the lens. Ayun. And then, yung anterior compartment, yun yung nagko-contain ng aqueous humor, and then yung posterior compartment yung nagko-contain ng vitreous humor. So in the picture, we can see yung ciliary body nga, yung SM showing the smooth muscle, And then yung CP showing yung ciliary processes. Ayan. And then yung AC, which is the anterior chamber containing yung aqueous humor. And then yung PC naman containing yung vitreous humor.
Hold on. Okay, nalito ka na. So you have two
Ay, ba?
compartments. Okay,
Okay.
anterior compartment and posterior compartment. The one that separates the two will be the lens. Okay, from the area of the ciliary processes to the lens. Now, the AC is the anterior chamber, and the
Chamber.
PC is the posterior chamber, which are subdivisions of the anterior compartment. Okay, so both will contain aqueous humor.
Okay. Tama po yun.
And the area behind the lens, which is the big area, big space, from the back of the lens to the retina, that is what contains your vitreous humor. So don't get confused. Actually, your PC is where your aqueous humor will pass first, diba? Because it's produced by your ciliary processes. So AC and PC will contain aqueous humor. And they're part of the anterior compartment. Pero ang C dyan is chamber.
Sorry po,
Okay.
Doc. Sorry po for the confusion. So, pag chamber, they contain both aqueous humor kasi they're part of the anterior compartment.
Correct.
So, for L, ito po yung lens. And then, for the ZF, we can see yung zonular fibers naman. And then, the arrow shows the canal of Schlemm at the sclerocorneal junction. So, this is also from Gartner. Ayun. Next. Next, we have naman yung important structures of the ciliary body, some of which na nakita din natin dun sa picture previously. So, yung ciliary muscle nga, which makes up most of the ciliary body stroma, it consists of 3 groups of smooth muscle fibers. So, one we have for stretching the colloid and altering the opening of the canal of Schlemm, and then the other 2 naman we have for reducing the tension on the zonula. So, yung contraction of this muscle nga allows yung change of the shape daw of the lens. And then, it plays daw a role in visual accommodation naman. Ayun. So, this picture is from a rhesus monkey with the H&E stain daw. Okay. Next slide.
So, be more specific dun sa role in accommodation.
So, yung ciliary muscles daw, it runs in 3 directions po. So, we have yung circular, radial, and meridional. Yung circular fibers daw, it lies as the inner edge, of the ciliary body. And then, from the contraction of the ciliary muscles, it releases tension in suspensory ligament of the lens and of the lens capsule. This will allow yung mismong lens to change the shape, and then with the change of the shape, we can allow naman yung accommodation for near vision. Ayan.
So, the shape pag near vision is flatter or more convex? Sorry, vision na to actually. So, imagine the muscle in the ciliary body will contract. It will make the zonular fibers more loose. Tama? So, what happens to the lens? Does it flatten out or does it become more convex?
More convex po.
More convex kasi hindi siya hinihila ng zonular fibers. Diba? Pag hinihila siya, di mas flat siya. Pero pag lumuwag na yung humahawak sa kanya, parang magiging mas bilog siya. Okay? So that will allow for near vision. So baliktad. So when the smooth muscle relaxes, it will pull on the zonular fibers. The zonular fibers will stretch out the lens, make it flatter. That will allow for distance. So which means that you can accommodate because of that. So you can look from far to near in an instant because your lens accommodates. Okay? You got it?
Yes po, Doc. Thank you. So, next we have yung ciliary process naman. So, as we can see here na din, pati dun sa picture kanina, Ito yung ciliary process. Ayun, so there are finger-like projections yung ng ciliary body holding the lens daw in place. So this is done by providing yung large surface area covered by a double layer of low columnar epithelium. And then yung cells covering the stroma daw contain melanin and corresponds to the anterior projection ng pigmented retinal epithelium. Yung surface layer daw naman, it lacks naman yung melanin and is continuous dun sa sensory layer of the retina. So, ayun. Tapos, meron daw din siyang extensive sodium potassium ATPase activity for the secretion ng aqueous humor. And then, yung pathway of this is from the ciliary processes, producing the aqueous humor to the posterior chamber, and then yung to the pupil and then anterior chamber, and then this naman will drain at the angle formed by the cornea and the iris into the channels of the trabecular meshwork and into the scleral venous sinus. So this picture shows the ciliary body at 30 magnification. So next we have yung ciliary zonule. Ciliary zonule naman is composed of fibrillin 1 and 2, and then it is produced by the non-pigmented epithelial cells on the ciliary process. So yung fibers nito, it will extend from the grooves between the ciliary processes and then attach to the surface of the lens to hold yung structure in place. Ayan siya. So the pictures shows that yung bulbous oculi, and then it shows then yung detail of the anterior aspect of the ciliary zonule with its parts. Ayan. Okay, so we're done with the ciliary body. Ay, di pa. Ito muna. So next we have yung iris. Ito naman, it's the most anterior extension ng uveal layer, and then covers yung part of the lens that will allow to show around central pupil. And then, ayun, it divides din daw the anterior chamber into interior cavity, into two chambers, yung anterior and posterior chamber, which both contain aqueous humor na. And then, it also acts as an adjustable diaphragm to regulate yung light reaching the retina. So next, we have further yung parts naman ng iris. So we have the anterior surface, which is exposed na to aqueous layer, composed of dense layer of fibroblasts and melanocytes with interdigitating processes while lacking yung epithelial covering. And then we have yung stroma or yung iris. Ito yung deeper part naman, consisting of the loose connective tissue with melanocytes and sparse microvasculature. And then we have the posterior surface. Ayan. Ayun. Okay. So, ayun. Then its composition is by a two-layered epithelium na continuous with covering of the ciliary processes. It's said to be highly pigmented. And then with the posterior iris naman, epithelium showing heavily filled melanin, which will block the light from entering the eye, except passing through the pupil. So with its myoepithelial cells, it forms yung partially pigmented epithelial layer.
Paula, where did this photo come from? Bakit siya monolayer sa ciliary? Di ba bilayer din siya?
Pathological po pala siya, Doc. Sorry. I'll change it na lang po.
Yeah, okay. Kasi nakakalito. Kasi both the iris and the ciliary processes will have bilayer, di ba? Yung pigmented and non-pigmented. So, dapat parehas lang siya. Okay.
Opo. Sorry po. I'll remove it na lang po sa reviews. Next slide. Ayun. So it also has sphincter papillae muscles, which are smooth muscle fibers that form yung circular bundle near the pupil. And then these are the ones that constrict to lower the pupil aperture. And then it also contains melanocytes of the iris stroma, yung providing nga yung color nung eye. And then it set daw pag darker yung pigmentation, darker din yung eye color. Ayun. So recap lang din sa anatomy, yung sympathetic innervation niya is yung dilator papillae muscle. Then yung parasympathetic innervation niya is yung sphincter papillae muscle.
Pupillae.
Pupillae, sorry. Next, we have yung nervous tunic. It's also called yung retina.
Hold on, Paula. Can you go back? So if you have the sphincter pupillae, you also put the dilator pupillae. Because it's also part of your iris. Diba? Your iris will have both. One is to constrict, one is to dilate. Tapos ang innervation niya, magkaiba lang. Diba? Sphincter is cranial nerve 3, yung oculomotor. And then your dilator is your sympathetic. Okay? So actually, I read somewhere na yung dilator muscle is made up of the myoepithelial cells at the bottom na nagsama-sama. Okay, so if you actually I have a slide review, and then there's a picture that I found that makes it easier to understand. Kasi yung sphincter pupillae will be found parang running around the pupil itself. So circular bundle siya. Habang yung dilator is radial. So it goes from the end towards the pupil. So you can more or less parang visualize when one constricts, when one contracts, let this sphincter pupillae, lilit talaga yung pupil. And then the dilator, when it contracts, it pulls away it shortens, di ba, the muscle. So lumalaki yung diameter ng pupil. Anyway, sige go. Include mo na lang si dilator. Kasi
Okay.
part din siya. Oo.
Yan, dilator. Okay. Okay, so moving on, we have yung nervous tunic. It's also known as the retina nga, tunica interna or yung sensory layer. It's the innermost tunic of the eye. It forms the inner lining of the most posterior compartment naman of the eye. It's said to develop from neural tissue of the optic vesicle originating from the encephalon of the brain, and then in later development daw, the optic vesicle caves in to form naman yung optic cup. So yung ayan. It functions daw for photoreception and impulse generation kasi it's made up of neurons, photoreceptor cells, pigmented epithelial cells, and neuron support cells or Muller cells. So in the photomicrograph of the retina, we can see yung retinal pigment epithelium, which is labeled A, then yung photoreceptor layer B, the outer nuclear layer C, and then yung outer plexiform layer D, and then yung inner nuclear layer E, layer E, yung inner plexiform layer F, yung ganglion cell nuclei G, and the axons at H. So these layers, we will further discuss it pa after this. Ayun. So first nga, we have yung pigmented epithelial layer. Yun nga yung outer retinal region. Ayan siya. Ayan. Consisting of cuboidal or low columnar cells with basal nuclei while surrounding yung neural layer of the retina. So this one daw is attached to the Bruch's membrane na nakita natin kanina and the choroidocapillary lamina of the choroid. So this also forms yung other part of the dual epithelium covering the ciliary body and yung posterior iris. Ayun. So this layer daw, it contains melanin granules. Ayun. From the rest. And then it functions to absorb yung scattered light, protection of the blood retina barrier while regulating yung iron transport. It also is for retinal regeneration, phagocytosis and degradation of shed components from yung dun sa adjacent photoreceptors, and then Also for the removing of yung free radicals. Ayun. So next we have naman yung neural layer. It's also called yung retina proper or inner retinal layer. Ayan. So it's composed of stratifications na containing various neurons and photoreceptors. And then yung neural structure and visual function, it extends from anterior only as far as yung ora serrata. It functions then as an outpost no CNS kasi it's composed of glia and several interconnected neuronal subtypes in well-organized strata. So it has 3 major layers containing the nuclei of the interconnected neurons. So we can see yung outer nuclear layer, inner nuclear layer, and then yung ganglionic layer. Okay. Madi-discuss din yung iba mamaya. Ayan na nga. So ito yung 9 distinct layers of neural retina. So first, we have yung rod and cone layer, or it's also called yung RCL or yung photoreceptor layer nga kasi it contains by its name yung rod and cone cells with polarized neurons. They're said to be photosensitive portions kasi nga they're mainly for yung, ayun, madidiscuss din yung rods and cones later. And then yung axons in the outer plexiform layer. Ayan siya. And then yung, so we have, di pala masyadong kita yung numbers, pero yung rod and cone layer, yun yung number 2. Ayan. And then next we have the outer limiting layer or the OLL. It's poorly stained, but it has a well-defined series of adherent junctions or zonula adherentes between photoreceptors and yung molar cells. So ito naman yung number 3 naman. Ayan siya. Or, ayan.
It's
Next.
just the line, actually.
Ito pong line. Okay, sorry.
Yes.
So ito pong buo, yung 2.
Okay. Before you go any further, these are 9 layers of the neural retina, okay? You always hear kasi that the retina per se has 10 layers kasi ini-include niya yung outer, which is the retinal pigment epithelium. So in total, 10 yan. Pero when you're talking lang of the inner retina or the neural retina, 9 lang siya. Okay. Sige, go ahead.
So next we have yung outer nuclear layer naman or yung ONL containing yung nuclei and cell bodies ng photoreceptors. And then this mainly functions now to receive yung oxygen and nutrients by diffusion from the choroidocapillary lamina of the choroid. So yung outer nuclear layer is number 4 naman. And then we have the outer plexiform layer, the OPL, containing the axons naman no photoreceptor cells and the dendrites of neurons in the INL. Madi-discuss yung INL later. So that one naman is number 5, 4 and 5 tayo. Next, we have yung inner nuclear layer or INL, mainly for specific connections with the neurons and while integrating yung signals from rods and cones over the wide area ng retina. So it houses these nuclear regions as mentioned in the slide. Ayun. And then in this slide, we can see yung INL siya naman yung number 6. Ito. Ayan. And then next, we have yung inner plexiform layer, IPL, number 7. Ayun. So they are invaginated synapses na consisting of bipolar cell, axons, and 2 dendrites of an amacrine cell and a ganglion cell, or 1 dendrite from each of 2 different cells to form a dyad. Ito naman yung number 7 na. So, we now have the 8 and the 9 naman. Ayan, last 2 na. Yung ganglionic layer first contains the cell bodies of large multipolar ganglion cells with the axons making up the nerve fiber layer or yung NFL. Yung axons nun. And then they converge to form the optic nerve daw, which leaves the eye. And
Hold on. What is the ganglionic layer made up of?
Cell bodies po, large
Of
multipolar ganglion cells.
the ganglion cells. Okay. So remember, there are different types of cells kasi in the retina. Okay, you have your amacrine, you have your bipolars, you have your Mueller, of course you have your rods and cones, and then you have the ganglion cells. So this ganglionic layer is all ganglion cells. Okay? Sige, cell bodies ng ganglion cells. Kasi yung processes niya will go into different directions. So yung dendrites niya will go to the inner plexiform layer, which where it connects with the nuclei of the cells in the inner nuclear layer. Yung axons niya will form what now?
Yung axons naman, yung nerve fiber layer po, that is
Yes.
the layer.
Okay.
Ayun, which will converge naman to form yung optic nerve.
Okay.
Yung nerve fiber layer or yung NFL, it's also called yung optic nerve fiber layer, is made up of unmyelinated axons of ganglion cells, which combine na to form yung optic nerve, as said kanina. So these axons daw will pierce the sclera, and then that's where they become myelinated. Ayun, so that one is layer 9, as we can see, optic nerve fiber layer. Ayun, this picture then is from Gartner din. Ayun. So ito po yung 10th layer na sinasabi ni Doc. Hindi po siya part ng neural retina.
It's the what is not part of the neural retina is one, which is the RPE.
Ay, sorry po, Doc. Opo, yung pigmented epithelium.
Correct. This is part of the neural retina. It's the last. Okay, go.
Opo, it's the last. So ito yung innermost layer nga of the retina. And then it contains terminal expansions of the Mueller cell processes, and then covers the collagenous membrane of the vitreous body. So yung blood supply niya is the central retinal artery and vein, and then yung capillaries. So ito yung 10th layer.
So okay, you're going actually from what she mentioned is you're going from outside to in. Okay, so again, your clue will be go to the previous photo. Okay, how do you know which is outside? You look for the darkest layer. So one here will be your retinal pigment epithelium. Kasi diba, she described it as dark cells kasi puro with melanocytes yan eh. And then if you look above it, it's a dark layer also that will be your choroid. And above the choroid will be a fibrous layer which will be the sclera. So you know that in this picture, the upper portion is the outer external part of the globe. Okay, so papasok ka. So yung inner limiting layer is closest to the vitreous cavity or to the posterior compartment. Okay, so ganun na naman yung orientation nyo. Okay, and then although there are many layers, all you have to remember that if it's a nuclear if it's a nuclear layer, then it will contain the nuclei, okay, or the cell bodies of the specific cells. Yun lang, which is the external, which is the internal. The internal will contain the nuclear bodies or the nuclei of the other cells. Like I said, the bipolars, the amacrine, and the Mueller, while the external will contain the nuclei of the rods and cones. Habang yung ganglionic cell is the ganglion cells. Okay, and then the plexiform is always the connections. So isipin nyo na lang, kung nandun yung cell sa inner nuclear, it will connect with the ganglion dito sa papasok, di ba? Dun sa external plexiform, it will connect with the rods and cones. Ganun lang yun. Ganun lang kasimple yun. Sige. Kasi nung time namin, very common, tinatanong, one very common question, which I suppose they don't do anymore, is identify the layers of the retina from inside out or outside in. So pag nagkamali ka na, wala kang isang correct answer kasi 10 yan, walang gitna, di ba? So if you put it in the wrong direction, that's 10 points off. So, takot na takot kami pag off ta. Okay, yun. Kasi pag nagkamali ka, minus 10 ka kaagad. Oh, so, just be careful. Okay, next.
So this slide naman, it shows yung label more elaborate lang yung label niya. Nung 9 distinct layers of the neural retina. Ayan. And then yung picture naman, this naman shows how it looks like if gusto niya siya visually mas ma-imagine. Kasi minsan, pag bilog-bilog na lang, nakakalito. Ayan.
Schematic. So, dyan po, asan ng external, asan ng internal portion?
Ito po yung internal portion with
Sa taas.
ayan. Ito
Oo.
naman po yung darker staining, so external portion.
Okay.
Ayan. So next we have yung specialized areas naman nung retina. Ayun. So we have, wait lang po na ako. Ayan. So yung retina, it's also called nga nung tunica interna or sensory layer. Ayan. And then it develops from the neural tissue nung optic vessels from the encephalon na sinabi natin kanina. Ayan. So this shows yung tunics of the eye, horizontal section of the eyeball, the vitreous body, lens, ciliary body, zonular spaces, hyaloid canal, sectus medialis, sclera, choroid retina, anterior centralis retinae. Some of which will be described more mamaya.
Sana you showed, or do you have a photo with the ora serrata para they can understand what you were saying kanina, that the neural retina ends at the ora serrata?
Wala po yata, Dok.
Oh, include mo na lang, okay? Kasi, like she said, diba, the retina has actually two portions. So at a certain point, if you look at this picture actually, the retina here is the yellow layer, and then that's the neural retina, and then it ends, it doesn't go all the way towards the iris. So it ends at that point where you actually, in some photos, you'll see a parang scalloped area known as the ora serrata. Okay, but the retinal pigment epithelium will continue all the way up to the ciliary body and the iris, and that makes up the pigmented epithelium of these two structures. Sige, go ahead.
So, tama. We have the optic disc, which is known as the blind spot nga in optic papilla, which is located posterior to the retina, where the axons in the retinas converge in the nerve fiber layer, and then they leave the eye as the optic nerve na. It's said to be 1.7 millimeters in diameter, and then at this area there are no photoreceptors and other retinal layers except yung NFL, kaya then it's called the blind spot or optic papilla. Ayan siya. And then next we have yung fovea centralis. It's a small pit with 1.5 millimeters in diameter. It's near the optic disc and directly opposite naman dun sa pupil. So yung visual acuity here or sharpness is at maximum, and then it has also yung shallow depression within the retina, mostly for the cell bodies and inner nuclear layers peripherally. And then yung cone cells dun sa fovea, they are long and narrow and closely packed, and then they are devoid naman of most conducting neurons as well as capillaries. So makikita natin mamaya yung cone cells. Ayan, so ito yung fovea. Next we have yung macula lutea. It surrounds naman yung fovea centralis. So ito siya. It's macula meaning spot daw, and then lutea meaning yellow. So it is 2 millimeters in diameter naman. And then it said that it's the area with axons of the cone cells containing carotenoids that makes it yellow, kaya lutea. Ayan. Then it protects din daw yung cone cells by filtering potentially damaging short wavelength light. Okay, so next, we have yung photoreceptors. Yung, since the retina nga is the back part of the eye containing specialized cells, they are the ones that respond to the light, making them be called as photoreceptors. So there are two types of photoreceptors, the rods and the cones, which will be further discussed mamaya. And then, ayan. So next, let's start with the rods. Yung rods daw, then they have 92 million rod cells in the human retina on average. So these rods are extremely sensitive to light, and they respond to a single photon. And then this allows yung some vision even with light low levels. Ayun. So they are thin elongated cells composed of two functionally distinct segments. So yung outer segment, it's the modified primary cilium, which is photosensitive and shaped like a short rod. Ayun. And then yung inner segment naman, it contains glycogen, mitochondria, and polyribosomes for yung biosynthetic activity naman. Ayan. So this picture shows yung comparison ng cone and rod cells. Ayan. Next, we have yung cones, which are elongated cells, highly sensitive to light of high intensity naman to produce greater visual acuity. So these cones, they function similar to rods, pero them naman, they're for bright light naman. So since rods are for dark light, ayan, cones naman are for bright light. Ayan. So this shows yung comparison nga ng rods and cones. And then to note lang, yung similarities nila is that they are both elongated with outer and inner segments, and then they both have modified cilium to connecting yung stalk, and then they both contain as well mitochondria and polyribosomes. So next, we have yung Mueller cells. These Mueller cells are large glial cells unique only to the retina. And then they are for provision of neurotrophic substances, removal of yung waste products, and then yung regulation of iron water homeostasis as mentioned din kanina. And then they also maintain nga yung blood inner retina barrier na minention din natin.
Good morning, Jan. Hello.
Opo, Doc.
I'm sorry I have to cut you off kasi mag-i-start yung exam natin ng 8:05. So i-resume natin after the exam. Ano yun kasi time may time constraints yung exam eh. So class, can you open your and see your exam setup so we could see your exam setup. I-continue natin tong academic exercise na to after the exam.
Sige, please turn on your videos. Thank you.
Yung keyboards niyo, yung designated keys should be covered. Rancho, yung exam ba, does it ask for to type in your name? Yung mga unit test natin. Ha? Sige. Thank you.
Jessa, naka-on na ba yung video mo?
Okay na po, Doc.